do you think that lends itself to that caricature?
I think people are well-intentioned overall. I want to believe that they're well-intentioned overall. And if you're like a very empathetic person and then you don't understand the context or nuance behind like, you know, a piece of comedy or something, and you feel like the only place that you have any kind of power in an otherwise, in an otherwise cruel world where you feel completely powerless because you can't do anything about like actual racism, like systemic failures. You can't do anything about reforming the criminal justice system. You hyper focus on, you know, cultural analysis, and you hyper focus on like what TV show you can kind of yell about, or you hyper focus on like language and changing language, and I think that one of the major components of the left behaving this way sometimes, especially online, is that it's the only thing they know, and it's the only thing that they've gotten like positive reinforcement out of. And by positive reinforcement, I mean like a corporation actually reacting and saying, sorry, we fucked up. We're, you know,
wow, crazy.
Yeah, very unique. But one thing I have noticed is that a lot of people will utilize, or rather weaponize, like the empathetic state that leftists have, because like their politics are one of compassion usually, right?
Yeah.
To center the conversation around themselves. One immediate example of this that comes to mind from Twitter, at least, is like when the Kellogg's workers were on strike and they were demanding that you don't cross the picket line and you don't actually buy something from Kellogg's during that duration. And there was someone being like, no one is ready for that conversation, but I have like a food sensory issue and I have to eat Frosted Flakes, sweetie. And it's like, dude, you didn't have to fucking tweet that at all.
Yeah,
you just did that because you are a fucking narcissist. You want to be like, no, center the conversation about workers' rights around me, a person, who is not even involved in the production process in this regard, but is a worker elsewhere who probably would want solidarity if they were also in a similar predicament. But it's just like
and what I'd say to that person is like, don't eat the Kellogg's if that's your issue, for sure. And then if someone yells at you for not expressing solidarity to the workers, then explain your situation. But there is a sort of an impulse to just go ahead.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you could have literally just shut the fuck up and ate all the Frosted Flakes on the planet. Like, no one would know. But you chose to like make this a conversation point because you were like, oh, people are blindsided. Like, it's utilizing, or rather weaponizing, the intersectionality of leftist movements to just say, look at me, look at what I have to say. I have something to say and I need everybody to hear it. And I think that the DSA, for example, even though they do great work in many respects, will oftentimes fall prey to this, will fall victim to this, where I'm just like, my big principle always is like, I don't give a fuck, just shut the fuck up. You're here to listen. If you come in here and start chirping about some random shit, like, I'm gonna ban you. I think we need more of a Stalinist approach in the DSA to start purging the counter-revolutionaries and the anarchists. No,